equation of a line tangent to the graph at that point. Okay, so you can just kind of imagine what that f of x function looks like in your head. Chances are, you wouldn't imagine it the best because it ends up being like a negative x to the fourth. You can kind of imagine some M-shaped graph, and we're just basically grazing that point at x equals 1 and on the actual function, and we're trying to figure out what's the equation of that line. So there's a line that grazes off of it. What's the slope of that line, which should be pretty easy because that's just doing the derivative, and then finding the b for it because it's in slope-intercept form, so we need the m and the b. Finding the b is just algebra. So a lot of people that wrote no ideas, you should actually have this by now. So hopefully this will make more sense once we go over it. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is it says that we need the equation of a line tangent. So in my head, I'm like, oh shoot, I need the m and the b. Okay, the slope and the y-intercept. Well, to find the m for this equation, we need to figure out what the derivative is at 1. Okay, because we want the slope at 1. Well, to figure out the slope at 1, we need to figure out what the derivative is. So that's what we're going to do first. So f prime of x. We're going to figure out what this is, and then we're going to plug in 1 to it. Okay, what rules do I need just by looking at f of x? What rules would I need? What derivative rules? There's a lot. So let's break this down. First thing is we're going to do product rule because the whole thing is a product. This times this, it's a product. So we're going to do f prime, the derivative of x is going to be 1, times g. So g just stays the same. A lot of you probably did not write the 1 in there, which is totally fine. I'm just doing that for effect. Okay, plus g prime f. Okay, so we have to do the derivative of that second part. So that means we have to bring the 3 down and minus 1 from the power. So we get something like that. And then we got another layer in there, that derivative of 1 minus 2x here. So the derivative of that is going to be negative 2. Okay, and we're out of layers now. So that's g prime. And then you have to still multiply that by x because x is the f. So it's f prime g plus g prime. So now that we have our equation, all right, we're going to find that f prime of 1 now. Now, since this is a non-calculator question, AP always gives you like super easy numbers for that because they don't expect you to be a human calculator. So that's why it's just f prime of 1. Plugging 1 into all those x's is extremely easy because the math comes out pretty great. The 1 is meaningless here. So then it's going to be 1 minus 2 times 1. So it's 1 minus 2 is negative 1 cubed is negative 1. Okay, so this part's done. Here it's going to be 3 times negative 1 squared. Okay, so it's 3 times 1 because negative 1 squared is 1. So 3 times 1 times negative 2 is negative 6 times 1 is negative 6. Okay, or you can do plus negative 6, or I guess I should just do plus negative 6. Okay, so then you get your slope to be negative 7. Now, what's interesting on this is there's only one of these equations that even has a slope of negative 7. So it kind of gives it away right away that your answer is going to be A. But let's act like this is a free response problem where they don't give you multiple choice stuff like that. Because the only reason people give you multiple choice usually is just because it's faster to grade, right? You don't have to have someone look through all the work and stuff like that. It's just checking if it's A. It's a Boolean check on that, either true or false if it's A or not A. But let's act like it's free response and try to find our B for this, even though kind of know what the answer is already. So right now our equation is going to be y is equal to negative 7x plus b. And all we have to do is figure out what our b is. Well, it says our y is negative 1, I'm sorry. It says it right here, negative 1. And the rest of this is just all algebra, by the way. So then it's going to be negative 7 times 1 plus b. Okay, well, that 1 is pointless. We're going to add 7 to the other side, or to both sides, really, and you're going to end up with 6. Okay, which is the answer for A up there. That's basically it.